Look at your seedlings right now. Weak, pale, pathetic, and bending over. You actually think they are growing? No, they are barely surviving. You are watching them slowly die, and you don't even realize it. Every single day you wait, you lose pounds of your future harvest. Stop pretending everything is fine. Your tomatoes and peppers are screaming for help, suffocating and starving in those tiny plastic containers. You water them every day, you put them under cheap grow lights, but the stems are thin like thread and the leaves are turning a sickly yellow. You are committing the most fatal mistake every amateur gardener makes this month. You are completely ignoring the root system. You think the magic happens above the soil? Wrong. The foundation of a massive, bucket-breaking harvest is hidden in the dirt. And right now, your dirt is dead. If you don't fix this immediately, you might as well throw your plants in the trash right now. Because without this exact dirt-cheap feeding, your entire garden season is an absolute failure waiting to happen. Let's talk about the garbage you bought at the garden center. Go ahead, look at those brightly colored bottles of liquid fertilizer. You paid good money to actively poison your own food. Here is the harsh truth that fertilizer corporations are desperate to hide from you. Those expensive, synthetic liquid feeds are nothing but harsh chemical salts. They are an absolute death sentence for young, fragile root hairs. When you pour that synthetic junk into your seedling cups, you create a toxic buildup. It causes an aggressive chemical burn. You are literally burning the mouths of your plants shut. They can't eat. You think the nitrogen in that bottle will make them green? Instead, the roots go into shock. The plant shuts down. It stops absorbing water. It locks out phosphorus. And that is exactly why your leaves turn purple and fall off. Throw that chemical poison in the garbage right now. You are destroying the natural soil microbiome. Plants don't eat raw chemicals. They rely on beneficial bacteria and fungi to digest the soil. You are murdering their only helpers. Let's dive into the biology of your dying plant. Pay attention, because this is how nature actually works. A seedling's root is covered in millions of microscopic white hairs. These hairs are the plant's only way to drink. When soil is dead and compacted, these hairs suffocate. There is no oxygen. The roots start to rot from the bottom up. Fungal diseases like blackleg take over. Your plant rots while still standing. Without oxygen and biological activity, the nutrients in the soil become completely locked. It doesn't matter how rich your potting mix was. If there is no biological life to break it down, the plant starves to death in a room full of food. To fix this, you don't need a $50 bottle of magic serum. You need biology. You need to introduce an aggressive, living organism that will tear apart the organic matter in the soil and spoon-feed it directly to the roots. What happens when you introduce active biology? The stomata on the leaves burst open. The root system violently expands, doubling in size in just 3 days. The stem thickens into a solid tree trunk. I am about to give you the ultimate dirt-cheap recipe. It costs literally pennies. It uses ingredients you already have in your kitchen right now. It is ruthless, it is effective, and it will revive even the most pathetic seedlings. Stop doubting and listen. The secret weapon is ordinary baker's yeast. Yes, yeast. It is a powerful, living, single-celled fungus. When you put it in the soil, it acts like an army of microscopic bulldozers. Yeast completely changes the soil structure. It breaks down complex proteins into raw amino acids. It releases heavy doses of nitrogen and phosphorus exactly in the form your weak little plants can instantly absorb. But you cannot just dump raw yeast into the pot. You will ruin everything. Yeast needs a kickstart. It needs energy to multiply rapidly before it hits the soil. You must follow my exact instructions or you will fail. Step 1. Take exactly 1 liter of warm water, not hot. If it's hot, you will boil the fungus and kill the solution. If it's cold, the yeast will stay asleep. It must be comfortably warm to the touch. Use unchlorinated water only. Tap water is packed with chlorine meant to kill bacteria. It will slaughter your yeast instantly. Boil your tap water and let it cool down, or use pure rainwater. Step 2. Add exactly 10 grams of active dry yeast into the warm water. Watch it float. Watch the granules begin to absorb the moisture. You are waking up millions of living organisms. Treat them with respect. Step 3. You must feed the army. Add 2 full tablespoons of ordinary white sugar. The yeast needs pure carbohydrates to initiate explosive fermentation. Without sugar, the yeast will consume the nutrients in your soil instead of making them. Stir it aggressively. Dissolve every single crystal of sugar. Now, leave that jar in a warm, dark place for exactly 2 hours. Do not touch it. Do not look at it. Let the violent biological reaction take place. When you return, the surface will be covered in a thick, aggressive foam. That foam is the absolute proof of life. It means your yeast has multiplied by the billions. You now have a liquid biological bomb. But wait, we are not done. Yeast consumes heavy amounts of potassium from the soil during its life cycle. If you use this mixture alone, your plants will suffer a severe potassium deficiency. We must counter this right now. Take 1 cup of pure sifted wood ash. Hardwood ash is a gold mine of pure organic potassium, calcium, and trace minerals. Mix that ash into a separate bucket with 5 liters of pure, warm water. Let the minerals dissolve completely. You are creating an alkaline mineral base that will perfectly balance the acidic fermentation of the yeast. Now, the crucial step, combine them. Pour your 1 liter of violently bubbling yeast concentrate into the 5 liters of mineral ash water. Stir it from the bottom up. You have just created the ultimate uncompromising growth serum. This is not some gentle herbal tea. This is pure, aggressive, biological fuel. It is highly concentrated. If you pour this directly on dry roots, you will shock the plant. You must prepare the soil first. 2 hours before applying this serum, lightly water your seedlings with plain, pure water. The soil must be slightly damp. This creates a water bridge that allows the yeast and minerals to instantly travel deep into the root zone. Now, take a syringe or a small tablespoon. Precision is everything. Do not pour this blindly like a fool. You must target the root zone without touching the fragile seedling stem. Inject or pour exactly 2 tablespoons of the solution onto the damp soil at the very edge of the pot. Keep it away from the green stem. The roots will smell it. They will aggressively grow towards it. What happens in the next 24 hours will shock you. The yeast enters the soil and immediately starts breaking down the dead organic matter. It releases a massive burst of carbon dioxide right at the root zone. This carbon dioxide travels up to the underside of the leaves. The stomata open wide. The plant begins to photosynthesize at an accelerated, unnatural rate. The pale yellow leaves will turn a deep, aggressive, toxic-looking dark green. The stem will respond to the intense root expansion. Within 3 days, that thin, pathetic thread of a stem will harden. It will become a thick, sturdy trunk, covered in aggressive, white protective hair. Do this exact feeding only once while the seedlings are indoors. Do not overdo it. If you apply it every week, the plants will grow so massive they will literally explode out of their containers before you can plant them outside. When it's time to transplant them into the garden, these plants will not experience shock. While other gardeners' weak plants die in the sun, yours will violently dig their roots into the open earth and dominate the soil. You will repeat this exact yeast and ash feeding one more time, exactly 2 weeks after planting them in the open garden. That is the final trigger. It tells the plant to stop growing leaves and start detonating flowers. Every single flower will set fruit. There will be no dropped blossoms. The heavy dose of potassium from the wood ash guarantees that every... You want a harvest? I promise you a harvest that will break your wooden stakes in half. Your branches will literally snap under the brutal weight of giant, hyper-dense crimson-red tomatoes. Look at the result. This is not luck. This is the result of rejecting garbage chemicals and using brutal, uncompromising biological science. You feed the soil, you feed the fungus, and the fungus force feeds the plant. Stop being a victim of garden center marketing. Take control of your harvest right now. Get off the couch, go to your kitchen, grab that yeast, and save your seedlings before it is completely too late. If you are too lazy to do this, then accept your pathetic yellow dying plants. But if you want buckets overflowing with the greatest harvest of your life, you do exactly what I just told you. I don't waste time with useless myths. I give you the hard, biological truth that forces plants to produce. If you want to stop failing and start dominating your garden, you know what to do. Hit the subscribe button right now. Turn on the notifications. Do not miss my next video because I am going to show you the fatal pruning mistake that is secretly stealing half of your pepper harvest. Apply the yeast serum today. Watch your seedlings explode tomorrow. Prepare your buckets. I'll see you in the garden.